Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well, and I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble.
What up, YouTube? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. And did I got anything to say before I start this video? No, I ain't got nothing to say. So it's been how many years now? Let's see here. How many years has this been? Cause I forgot my own self. So it's been almost 20 years, right? Actually, it has been 20 years. It's been 20 years since, for Bucks fans, the day when Gary Payton was traded for, I should say, Real was traded for Gary Payton. I think it was February 2003, right? And being I wasn't even 13 yet when that happened. I think I was 12 years old when that happened. When that trade happened, I was bummed out when that trade happened. I hated that trade. And I remember my dad saying, yeah, Gary Payton ain't going to be here that long. He's going to be here for the rest of the year. Then after that, he's out. And he was right. We got the Bucks to the playoffs. I think they would end up losing to, I think it was either New Jersey, Detroit. My memory serves me correct. And then he went on to go play with the Lakers. That didn't work out. Then he went to the Boston Celtics. That didn't work out. And then he went to the Miami Heat when he ultimately won a championship. I think he went to play with the Miami Heat for 2 seasons, I think. Throughout his whole entire career, he averaged 16.3 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Probably one of the best defensive point guards. You know what? In fact, the best defensive point guard that has ever played in the league. 9-time All-Star, 2-time first team, second team, 5-time second team. 2-time third team. Like I say, he's a defensive player of the year. 9 times on the all defensive first team from 94 to 2002. Steals leader in 96. And that's the same year they went to the finals and played the Bulls. Hall of Famer, of course. Champion, if I haven't said that already. And also part of the 75th anniversary team. For some reason, I always thought he was on the 50th anniversary team. I was shocked when I found out he made it to the 75th. And also, to add, he's a 2-time Olympic gold champion as well. 2-time FIBA American Championship. 1 time. He won in 99 in San Juan, and then silver in 1989 in Mexico City. All right. So, that's Gary Payton. Probably one of my favorite players growing up. Because I like his tenacity, his crap talking, his defensive prowess in his prime years, even before he went to the Bucks. But I thought about something in my fantasy world I'd be thinking of. I just thought about this idea. Gary Payton did play for the Milwaukee Bucks, as I said before. But what happens if he was to play in this era, in his prime, on the Milwaukee Bucks now? With the team they have now, that means including Giannis, Dame, and Chris Middleton. Well, here's what I think, right? We all know in his prime, he was a defensive killer. He was able to get in people's heads, able to get in Jordan's head. If he can get in Jordan's head, that's a win right there. He was a dog on defense. And these days, first of all, let's just point the obvious for anybody who is keeping it real with this age of the NBA. We know how lukewarm, soft some of these dudes are. So Gary Payton, with all his crap talking, with all his physical play, he was play in this league today. It will be scary for opposing point guards. or even some shooting guards, because he was 6 foot. Oh, I should say he was. He's still alive. He is 6'4", and he will make any opposing shooting guard, point guards, day a nightmare. Now you put him on this Milwaukee team right now, because we know this Milwaukee team right now, defensive wise, it can be much better. I think the last time I checked, hold on right quick. I think the last time I checked, I think they was 22nd in defensive rating. I don't know if they're like that anymore. Some of these things be fluctuating sometimes. But let me see right quick. So make sure. Because Gary Payton on the offensive side, yeah, he wasn't the best shooter. He could drive to the basket. I know that much. But he wasn't the best shooter. He wasn't, he wasn't no Steph Curry. I don't think he's no Dame Lillard. But him being, okay, so right now the defensive rating, actually, the Bucks' defensive rating actually has gone up since the last time I checked. Just to make a side note right quick. So far, the Bucks' offensive rating is 121.1, third in the NBA this season. Defensive rating has gone up. I know it was like 22nd. Now it's 19th. And it's 116.2. So it's gone up. Now it's in the top 20 of defense now. Points per game is still low at 23. 23rd out of 30 at 119.2. And they're averaging offensive-wise 124.2. All right, so let's get to the gist of it. So Gary Payton was on this team, right? This current Milwaukee Bucks team. He'll obviously be starting. We still have Brooke, then Giannis. And then I haven't been watching the Bucks too closely lately. I think Chris Middleton's starting again. And then you would have, I know Malik Beasley was starting at one point in time. I think Pat Connaughton was. So those two wouldn't be starting anymore. So it'll be probably Dame and Gary Payton. I think Gary Payton probably be bringing the ball up more. I think it'll be a combination of both of them bringing the ball up. See, Dame, we all know can score. You know he can light it up from three, get to the basket, get to the free throw line. Now, Gary Payton, like I said before, wasn't the best shooter. But at this instance, without Gary Payton, the Bucks are already third in offensive rating. Their defensive rating will boost up, of course. He'd be probably more focused on the defense. All these shots and all this high scoring that some of these point guards who are not really all-stars, sort of like a Jordan Poole and others, wouldn't be doing all that against the Bucks. Tyrese Halliburton wouldn't be doing that what he did to the Bucks a couple of weeks ago. There will be no way. The Bucks would be obviously first in the East, but this is where Gary Payton will become a difference maker. And he played teams against teams like Miami. I know Jimmy Butler's probably at 6'7". Gary Payton don't care about that. Gary Payton, that's why they call him. They don't call him the glove for no reason. Gary Payton shut all that Jimmy Butler down. Hemi time, whatever they was calling him last season, he shut all that down. I'm just thinking of the top teams in the East. Shut down Jalen Brunson, shut all that down. He wouldn't be going 9 for 9 from the three like he did against the Phoenix Suns a couple of nights ago. Trae Young will be having fits. And I also got to realize the NBA had probably, shoot. I'm thinking about the NBA and how these refs right now. Let's just say the refs let them play. The refs just let them play. So you don't have to worry about stupid ass foul calls because today the refs have been soft. But anyways, Trae Young will be doing all this. And Trae Young hasn't been really that big this season. I heard too much about him except for when he got ejected. But those Bulls guards would be doing all that. And then when it comes to Boston, oh yes. Jimmy Butler already in the Miami Heat already got into the heads of the Boston Celtics last season, right? Now imagine if Gary Payton got into the heads of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, especially Jaylen Brown because he's more of a shooting guard. Tatum's more of a small forward. But I swear the Bucks and the Celtics with the team of Gary Payton being the Bucks versus Drew Holiday, it will be primetime TV, and I think it'll probably be 6 to 7 game series with the Bucks edging it out. I just think the Bucks will be almost a juggernaut in the East, and they had a prime Gary Payton. Now, when it comes to being in the finals, playing in the West, I'm trying to think who they would probably play. Denver or something like that. He would make it a little bit hard for Jamal Murray. I think what makes the Denver Nuggets go is Jokic. So whoever's holding Jokic will have to do their best. But the backcourt of the Denver Nuggets, which I think is KCP and Jamal Murray right now, Jamal Murray or KCP, mainly probably Jamal Murray, probably focus all their attention on, will have a tough time. A very tough time. I'm not even going to count the Lakers. Same thing with probably Dallas with their backcourt. It's definitely the Suns' backcourt. I have no doubts that Gary Payton would get into the head of Devin Booker, and it's not really all that hard. I'm trying to think of any other top teams in the West that are finals bound. Minnesota, it'd probably be the same thing all around across the league. Gary Payton is just a trash talker. He's just a trash talker. And I don't think some of these dudes might be able to focus and stay within their game, but I think some people would just be totally taken out of their game. So, that's pretty much it. Sitting here trying to think what would possibly happen. But yeah, I think this Bucks team with the Gary Payton on it, they will be a dangerous team, and I will have to say they will probably win in this time 2 to 3 rings, maybe, before people really start getting old on the Bucks. Because I know Dame is 33 right now, Chris Middleton's 32, and Brooke is probably 35, going on 36, so probably most likely 2 to 3 rings. So, anyways, tell me what you guys think.